is literally burning up. And burning up as maybe a metaphor or a description, not just of the fire right here, but what we can expect over the next years and decades.
He says firefighting at Christmas time is no longer rare.
This is the new normal, and this could be something that happens every year or every few years.
Brown thanked the thousands of firefighters, including the Department of Corrections inmate crews, for saving lives and property.
Center monitoring the winds, and reporter Elise Martinez joins us live from Ventura, where some evacuated areas have been reopened so that Ventura residents have been allowed to return to their homes for the first time since the Thomas fire broke out. And Elise is in a neighborhood where are you, Elise?
Tracy, we're in the Adelanto neighborhood of Ventura, and driving through here today, we saw many homes still standing, but many, like the one behind me, have been devastated by the Thomas fire. Heavy emotions for residents in this Adelanto neighborhood.
Devastating, just absolutely traumatic.
They had to evacuate Monday night after the Thomas fire broke out.
We left Monday night at 10 o'clock really fast. We literally jumped into our clothes, grabbed our son, I grabbed some pictures, but because I was doing that, I put my phone down and we just literally ran out the door.
On Saturday, there was a heavy military presence on many streets. Residents were escorted in and told they had 15 minutes to get what they needed, and then they were escorted back out. Robin Berkemer's home survived, but some of her friends' and neighbors' homes did not.
A lot of us are in this little pocket that survived, but some are not, and our hearts go out to them.
While the fire situation in Ventura is mostly in recovery mode, the firefight continues in other areas. Flames and smoke along Santa Ana Road in Ojai were visible Saturday afternoon. And water-dropping helicopters made pass after pass on Sulphur Mountain Road in Oakview. Back in Adelanto in Ventura, people are wondering when they'll get to return home for good. Others wondering where to go from here.
Flank now stretches into the steep terrain of the Los Padres National Forest.
We're still in the firefight now. We're still chasing fire. We're still building fire line.
In northern San Diego County, the lilac fire still rages. When the winds subsided a bit on Friday, water-dropping helicopters attacked hotspots. 2 Marine and 2 Navy choppers helped contain the flames.
Some guys aren't even getting breaks just because of the way that Southern California is right now, and so we're working our guys to the bone. We've made sure that they provide for safety and just make sure that they can get rest when need be.
Dramatic cell phone video captured hundreds of racehorses being evacuated on Thursday when the lilac fire overran a training facility.
It was just horrible. It was an inferno.
On Friday, hundreds of volunteers flocked to the Del Mar racetrack, bringing treats for the horses. This one sustained burns to the neck and leg, but is expected to recover. Some 25 horses died trying to escape the flames.
There's a mandatory evacuation in effect.
The string of wildfires chased more than 200,000 people from their homes. In the San Diego area, some evacuated to a local high school.
Just want to go home. I just hope and pray that our house is there.
Those horses just make you want to cry. Also picked up, we're talking about gusts around 51 miles an hour this evening, so very gusty for your Saturday night. Temperatures in the upper 60s, and as we move into a Ventura area, we're talking about temperatures in the lower 70s, but smoky skies as well in some areas. A lot of that smoke has moved up to Santa Barbara County as the fire does continue to move up towards the area. 45 degrees right now in Carpinteria, and we are still under that red flag warning has actually been extended. We're talking about it now for the Santa Barbara County mountains, dry, windy, and warm conditions as we go into tomorrow. Also, wind advisory in effect. Now, that's going to be in effect for Ventura County. We're below advisory levels in Santa Barbara, but we're talking about northeasterly winds around 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusts up to 40.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, sweethearts.
The windiest overnight tonight into tomorrow afternoon. You can see Santa Paula, Fillmore, Moore Park, Ventura, Oxnard going to be really looking at the strongest winds. That's going to be going into tomorrow. But winds will really start to calm down as we go into the beginning of our week. So that's really good news, especially for those firefighters. As
Santa Barbara, Carpinteria, and Montecito, all those areas are filled with smoke, and air quality is considered hazardous. Health department officers say they recommend staying inside if you can and wearing N95 masks outside. The same day the Thomas Fire burned its way into Santa Barbara County's backcountry from Ventura County, the fire claimed one life the first night in Santa Paula. Brown toured the most devastating areas where fickle flames destroyed some homes but not others. Despite President Donald Trump's plan to withdraw from the Paris Accord, Brown plans to keep his state engaged in the agreement to cut greenhouse emissions.
With climate change, some scientists are saying Southern California is literally burning up. And burning up as maybe a metaphor or a description, not just of the fire right here, but what we can expect.
This time is no longer rare.
This is the new.
Stick with us. Taking a look at our futurecast over the next 24 hours, we're not seeing much changes. Clear skies. Now, I'm sure a lot of places can't really see those clear skies because we do have those smoky and hazy conditions, not really any clouds in sight, so no chance for rain anytime soon. As far as our temperatures, we're going to stay nice and warm as we go into Sunday. Temperature is about 10 degrees above average for this time of year, so very warm. As you can see, 82 in Santa Maria, and I want to say we may be a degree or two warmer than even what we saw today. Some areas still lingering onto that smoke. Some areas of San Luis Obispo have the chance to see.
Is handing out thousands of masks to residents. They are N95 face masks. They will be handed out again by Carpinteria's community, or again tomorrow rather.
That's it. Dry, windy, and warm conditions. I know we've been talking about it all week, but yes, extended until Sunday. Extreme fire behavior is possible at this time. Now, we do also have a wind advisory in effect below advisory levels in Santa Barbara County, but Ventura County does have that advisory in place. Northeasterly winds 20 to 30 miles an hour. We could see gusts up to 45 miles an hour, and a high concentration of smoke and ash. So some common impacts: burning eyes, shortness of breath, and coughing. So I might suggest getting a mask and wearing that for the next few days if you can. Well, that's been a last look at your forecast. Tracy, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, thank you, Alex. And we just got the latest numbers from another briefing at the Ventura County Fairgrounds on the Thomas Fire. The new acreage number is 155,000 acres. It is still 15% contained. There are 4,435 personnel on that fire, and the cost of fighting the fire jumped from $17 million, we were told yesterday, to $25 million. That's the cost for all of the firefighting. One more time, it is 155,000 acres, 15% contained, more than 4,400 firefighters there, and the cost of fighting that fire is $25 million. And this is just in 6 days, folks. We're going to give you an update quickly again on the schools. Santa Barbara Unified School District will close on Monday again, and the school closures will be extended in Ventura County School District as well. All schools will be closed. Claimed one life the first night in Santa Paula. Brown toured the most devastating areas where fickle flames destroyed some homes but not others. Despite President Donald Trump's plan to withdraw from the Paris Accord, Brown plans to keep his state engaged in the agreement to cut greenhouse emissions.
With climate change,
Finding a home. We brought the heroes together as they told us what inspired them to spring into action.
It was more of a fight or flight situation, and that night we chose to fight.
We all stuck together and did what we could, with limited resources, just garden hoses and, buckets.
And get this, these guys didn't coordinate their rescue efforts. They showed up separately.
We just met up randomly. It was kind of crazy.
We were all just helping out, and we ran into each other, and then once we realized who we were, definitely gave you a sense of relief when you see a friendly face.
But it was dangerous. They had to watch for burning embers since they weren't wearing protective fire gear.
Fine.
Other acts of heroism. This amazing video shows a man risking everything to save a rabbit. The hero is in a state of genuine panic. He holds his head with grief and calls out to the frightened animal. Despite the dangerous flames, he doesn't retreat. Then, success. He scoops up the rabbit and gently cradles it in his arms. His brave deed is providing inspiration. He saved a wild baby bunny. There are heroes amongst us saving lives, went one tweet.
Wow, so brave. Meghan Markle not only has to plan a wedding, the worst fire consuming more than 150,000 acres in Ventura County, and it's still causing major concern.
We also have breaking news out of the city of Santa Monica, where a popular hotel and night spot goes up in flames. Seen right now with reaction from those residents, John.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Well, firefighters are mopping things up right now. If we look up on the hillside, you can see that they are right now scouring that hillside. You can see some of those twinkling headlamps there as they try to stomp out any hot spots or embers that may still be burning after this fire broke out.
Structures, and it's looking a lot better, and if the weather cooperates and the wind cooperates, you know, we're going to really take advantage of that.
Yeah, we did. We were watching the aerial fight out at Shepherd Mesa, and we could see some of the drops and how close. You guys have pretty good structure protection around this home.
When I initially went up there, there were no engines in place yet, and it was looking.
This is the view looking south towards the fires from Santa Maria from my home. Very thick, dark clouds, when it should be clear, sunny blue skies by this time in the morning. And as we swing around looking north towards San Luis Obispo, you can see the edge of the heavy overcast. You can see just a little bit of blue sky. That's how it looks. Looking to the northeast, you can see a little more of blue sky. But we're under heavy, heavy gray skies, so we should be seeing the sun.
The last few hours, so if you need to know, if you need to get out, you need to know where the fire perimeter is. We've also been showing you that because this is going to be the area where you're under evacuation, and all the red is mandatory. Everything else you see is voluntary, but that has been shifting so greatly for us throughout the morning that you really need to continue to refresh these maps and pay attention to them. Again, that's at KUIT.com in the map room. I'm trying to pull up this one because this is going to show you, and again, as CJ said, it's a little bit off as far as where everything is.
Yeah, it's almost pushing it down too close to the city of Carp. It should
Too close.
All that should slide up just a little bit.
And be more accurate. And you know, we found that as an issue because I think Carpinteria, the actual point for it is in the water, and so that would explain why it's moved down so much, but at least you can see where the activity is of the fire. The red is for the last 12 hours.
This is looking northeast, and right here is looking almost due north. We're under the cloud now.
Last week, when the fire first started breaking out, they were saying it was wind-driven with embers. The frost check didn't make as much sense in residential areas. It's not something you want to drop over people.
Which they do.
Right.
They really have to.
Right.
You're right.
I mean, it's not ideal. Now we're...
This is what we were seeing probably about 3:30 this morning. The explosions, those power lines just blowing up. We watched, I don't know how many explosions we saw, but all the power lines are just in the middle of that inferno. And we were taking power hits all up and down the coast. And I don't know if it's still the case, but at one point, all of Santa Barbara, 85,000 customers were in the dark. I know it's been off and on.
No, you're right still. I'm on their website if we want to pull up.
And they're still saying a blackout?
Yeah, they're still saying that's going to be something as they figure.
Is literally burning up. Is literally burning up. Is literally burning up.